Hello, collective. Welcome to Carmaboo Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Carmen. I am an intuitive tarot reader. I do use tarot cards, runes, numbers, letters, crystals, and colorful language. If any of that offends you, feel free to hard left the video. For those of you who are staying, we are going to get the first quarter moon in Taurus reads. Okay, so starting this morning was the first quarter moon. And it is the message that comes with this moon, you guys, is to release control. Okay? To release control. That's what it looks like. What does that mean? That means to live and let live. Okay? Trust that the universe bring in what is good for your, what is best for your highest good. What is good for you. Okay? Karma comes out to play at this time. Also, self-worth is going to be key for a lot of us. So making sure that you are being held in the regard that fits you. It's not a time to let people undermine your authority or to disregard your emotions, things like that, okay? So a good affirmation at this time is going to be, I trust myself. I am safe, okay? The energies that come with first quarter moons are conclusions. So releasing things and energies that are no longer serving us, releasing and then surrendering to what comes next. Okay? So good stones at this time is going to be rose quartz for healing, jade for protection, lapis lazuli for releasing and soothing. A good scent would be apple, honeysuckle, cedar. Herbs to use would be mint, thyme, or ginger. Any of those would be good. Also, just a little side note here. For those of you who are into astrology, it is interesting that we're getting the first quarter moon on a Friday, which is Venus Day, via Venus, translate to Taurus. So literally today is the best day and time for you to spellcast or do any rituals. Okay. Let's see. First quarter moon in Taurus, what is going on for the collective spirit? What is going on? I'm going to do it a little different this time, you guys. I'm going to get like a collective message, and then I'm just going to pull one card for each sign. So it's going to be a little different than normal, but we're going to pull a collective message to get an idea of what everybody's dealing with, or situations that are close or similar, or what will resonate with you shortly or already has. Take them how they resonate, please. If it does not apply to you, check your moon, rising, and Venus signs, okay? Okay. All right, what is the collective message for this first quarter, man? For this releasing control, what is the message for the collective spirit? What is the message? Ten of Swords reversed. Okay, so some of you may have gone through a turbulent time as of recent, or you will soon. And again, with the conclusions, okay, the conclusions from this quarter moon are that you made it. Okay, like that is the conclusion here. Like, yeah, you went through a lot of shit, but you're alive. Some of you may have had a lot of people talking shit. You might have had people throwing stabs at you. Some of you may actually have been physically assaulted or abused in some way, shape, or form, or even just neglected. For a lot of us, those energies come from swords. This could be a time for you to verbalize those problems. Some of you might be dealing with someone verbalizing with you over issues. Like there could be a lot of debating, arguing, a lot of anxiety energy comes with it as well, just because vocalizing the problem is not always the easiest thing for anybody to do. But it's really important that those issues start coming to those conclusions. Like tucking stuff under the rug or just letting it sit, stewing on shit is not doing nobody any good right now. Okay. Alright. Can I get one more for the collective? Woo. High Priestess reversed. Okay, again, definitely, we need to vocalize. This releasing of control, okay, beautiful. Live and let live, for sure. Trust that the universe will bring you everything that you need. Gorgeous. However, you do need to vocalize what it is that you're after. Release the things that are no longer serving you and put the intention out. Some of you might have skipped your new moon energies there on planting the seeds and letting desires and intentions be known. Perhaps some of you, this happened around the time of the new moon. We're coming, today is the first quarter, or sorry, yeah. Today is the first quarter moon in Taurus. We have a full moon on the 24th, and I believe it's in Virgo. So, shifting back into that energy, because it is, you're going from earth to earth, so it's not going to be a rough transition into that full moon energy, but it is very grounding. Like, this is that point where a lot of us need to fully understand what it is that holds our stability together, what it is we need to take action on in regards to making our own stability. I hope you're tracking. This is my collective. Of course you're tracking. Goodness. What I'm saying is there's a lot of shit that's going to be said and done here shortly if it has not already. Don't hold secrets. Like, if there's a problem, I'm not saying be a dick about it. I'm not saying start a fucking fight. What I'm saying is there are things that need to be addressed verbally. They need to be addressed. Anything that has been kept in the dark, kept secret, anything that appears to be unfair, unbalanced, or not serving your highest good anymore, it needs to be addressed. Some of you have struggled with growth for a while here. It could have been a whole lot of options that were there, that were kind of said or put on display for you, but none of them have really come to fruition, or none of them went as planned. This could have been, for some people, this could have been like the last 2 months or the last 2 years. A lot of it is just kind of stacked up energy. Some of you may have even been sick recently. A red blanket could be significant to someone, a red blanket or a red sheet. Blue could also be significant for somebody, red or blue sheets or blankets. There's more issues on the feminine side than the masculine. I'm not sure why I'm being drawn to say that, but I am. There's more issues on the feminine half of these problems than there is on the masculine. So the actual, like, nurturing and procreating of things, like there could be, like, there may have been intention set, but actually putting the energy and the effort in to get something done is the problem. I don't know if it's lack of time, lack of energy, lack of emotional space for it, some sort of blockage in the energy perhaps even. But for whatever reason, things have not panned out, and that elephant needs to be removed from the room. Things are not as they should be. And this is how we're going to fix it. That's kind of how we move forward from this. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Releasing control, vocalizing the problem and putting in our own internal work, effort, and energy to make things happen. Not being codependent on someone else's abilities or their resources to get something done. That's kind of where we're at here. Okay. All right. What do we have for Aries? What do we have for Aries during? Ooh, we threw it at me. Oh, okay. 5 of Wands reversed. Give me just a second here and I'll pick the one up off the floor too. 2 of Pentacles. Okay. A lot of you are tired of the competition. A lot of you are tired of training to not... It's like going through, like, conditioning for a sport and then never making it to the fucking game. And, like, there's this misbalanced energy of not knowing how much effort you need to put into things and how much effort you need to reinvest somewhere else because things are not panning out. And the competition is fucking fierce for whatever this is. I'm really getting kind of a job market here because the pentacles are here along with the wands. So something that you are passionate about is your success, being able to compete and succeed. And for whatever reason, you're just feeling like that's an impossible fucking feat at this point. You need to release the control on that. Sometimes there are situations and obligations and things that we have to do that prevent us from fulfilling our dreams, essentially. Like sometimes shit happens, life happens, and you're struggling to kind of find footing here. We're struggling. And that's okay. That's okay to struggle. But finding the balance, I think, is going to be the key here. I definitely feel it's going to be the key. We will pull advice. Pull advice for Aries. Barkana. New beginning, growth, and liberation. Look, you got to climb the mountain. For some of you, you've already done that. There's some sort of new beginning or some sort of growth coming your way. For some of you, it could be a unexpected source of income. For some of you, it could be something actually growing into what you had envisioned it to be. Okay? Or it could be liberating yourself from something that is tying you down. Take that however it resonates for you. Some of you are going to get new beginnings. Some of you are going to get growth where you didn't expect it. And some of you are going to be liberated, willingly or unwillingly, from something that is keeping you on your toes and being unpredictable. For some of you, this is moving on or being forced to. Okay? All right. Let's see what we have for Taurus. What do we have for Taurus Collective? What do we have for the Taurus Collective during this first quarter moon? Six of Swords. Okay. Some of you are, you've already vocalized the issues at hand. Or some of you have communicated things that are needed. Needs were not met. And now it's kind of finding a path to the safer water. And you may need help along the way. For some of you, help is on its way to put you in a safer path. Specifically for those of you where the issue revolves around your children, there is help to be had. Sometimes you have to remove yourself completely from the chaos to see the path. For some of you, you need to spend some time on your own. For some of you, the help will come out of nowhere that will lead you to that safer place. Take it whichever way it resonates for you. Advice for Taurus. Advice for Taurus. Ooh, stuck, stubborn, delayed, blocked. Somehow, some way. Okay. All right. Full moon, evaluate manifestations, release negativity. It's the pinnacle or pivotal moments. Emotional explosions could happen. All right, some of you might be experiencing those fights, disagreements, debates, whatever you want to call them. Some of you might be at that point where you're just really evaluating what it is that's going to fulfill you and pivoting to what it is that you need to do. That, again, with that Six of Swords energy, like there is help. I don't think you realize that. For a lot of you, this is someone coming in to help you. For others of you, this is actually seeking the path. Like that, in order for, if you look at the card, in order for her to get across this sketchy part of water, she had to go find a safe place and recruit help to get her to safer places. Masculine, feminine, feminine, masculine. Okay, so if you're a divine masculine, then you may need a feminine's help. If you're a divine feminine, you may need a masculine help to move past whatever this is that's just holding you in negativity. Okay. The full moon could be significant for you guys. It is February 24th, so that's next week that the full moon will be here. Some of you might need to dig into your birth chart a little bit to figure out how that resonates for you or what it means for you. All right. Moving on. Let's see. What do we got for Gemini? What is going on for Gemini? Geminis. Geminis. Come out to play. What is going on? Okay. Some of you are out of that stuck energy. Good. The anxiety is kind of lifting. We're no longer mirroring other people's behaviors. You're really settling into your own comfort zones, your own safety, your own boundaries, your own set of standards is kind of what I'm getting. Like, whereas you felt tied down or stuck in something before, trapped even, you're mentally realizing, like, you're not stuck, you're not trapped. It's perhaps just the proper timing to do so. Like, if you're kidnapped and your kidnapper is still in the room, you definitely don't want to cut your ties off and try to escape while they're looking right at you. For some of you, you had to kind of wait for him to look the other way in order for you to be savvy and get yourself out of a bind. Some of you might have had to do a lot of shadow work to get yourself out of some shit. Some of you may have to talk your way out of it, or maybe you tried to talk your way out of it and realized that you cannot reason with the unreasonable. And there's a lot of you that have really stepped in and took in that main character back in your own life. You're now taking the lead. It's beautiful. Beautiful. No longer victimized. Be courageous, be seen. Yep. Make it known. Release the control of wanting someone to accept what the fuck you feel. You are allowed to be human. You are allowed to have emotions and feel the way you feel about something. It is wildly exciting when you find people that are on the same vibration as you. However, there's quite a lot of us that do not have that large scale of support that is necessary for us to move forward with fire and fury. It's probably why the knight's not here, okay? But being courageous and being seen is all about putting yourself into that knight position. It is time to move forward. It is time. No more gambling, no more waiting. It's time. To whatever aspect that means to you. If that means taking the initiative and finishing school, do so. If that takes the initiative to finding a better paying job that knows your worth, do so. If that's even just as simple as asking for a raise or asking for the attention that you deserve, do so. Be courageous, be seen. All right. Let's move on to Cancer. What's going on for Cancer? Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Ooh. That's a lot. We'll take Toppy. Okay. Y'all are getting, you know what? Fuck it. We're going. It's there. We're going. Cancer, it looks like you got a whole lot of shit going on. Good news is it's looking up from there. Okay, so a lot of you really are. Cancer, you're probably really connected to the energies of this read, of feeling that anxiety, that holy shit, I'm ready to be done with this. Like, that was fucking rough, but I lived through it. Like, it's very much that dawn of the day energy. Like, you're finally coming out of the darkness. You have probably sacrificed your independence or some sort of financial stability. For a lot of you, you were still plotting and planning in the process. And you're probably getting a message about money. It could come from a younger person or somebody who is not as senior as you are in that environment. So, like, if you're working at a company and you've been wanting a raise, this could be someone coming in to talk to you about how you feel about that. Or it could be just one of your kids stating to you, like, do you need help? You know, and it could be if you have children that are able and capable to give help in some way, shape, or form in accordance to stability, or so that could be anything from your kids being like, you know what, if you need to pick up extra hours, like, I can do my homework on my own, or I can find someone to take me to practice. If you need to work, you can work. Or this could be a grown a grown-up who's just younger than you that's like, you know what, like, I know that you've really been struggling lately. I, you know, let's coincide. Let's share space and share bills to take the burden off of both of us. Like, there's some sort of message that comes through. Now, there's also a Knight of Pentacles reverse as well here at the end. So that is very much so not taking a big push towards money. I do solidly feel like that's a warning card for you, Cancer. Don't focus so much on the financial aspect of this message or this offer. The support is there. It may not be as stable as you hope. So perhaps this is like you take on a roommate and maybe they're more immature than you are. So perhaps like they do give you support, but it's not as much as you hoped for. Something to that extent. Or perhaps it's like your kids agree to help with chores and they don't really get it all done, but they get some done. Like they didn't go at it full force. They didn't gypsy clean stuff like you would, but your kids helped, which is a step in the right direction, okay? Is it going completely how you want it to? Maybe not, but it's not a defeating card either. It's very much so that energy of be careful what you wish for. Especially when it comes to your stability. Make sure that you are following your own moral code because you're exhausted. You're fucking exhausted. You're exhausted, you're depleted, you're still trying to follow a plan, but there's money problems. There's going to be a message about some sort of resolution to that problem, but it may not be exactly the way that you want it to be. And that's okay. You need to find the conclusion and release control. You can only control what you do, what you're capable of, and you are only one person. You can only do one thing at a time. You can only live one day at a time, okay? Seeds grow with no sound. Trees fall with huge noise. Destruction has noise, but creation is quiet. This is the power of silence. Some of you need to do shadow work. A lot of you need to quit telling people your plans and your business. Motivation, self-motivation specifically. Okay, so time management, money, budgeting, making sure that you're checking in with how things are working out. So like making sure that you're checking those accounts to make sure that the money is where it is supposed to be. Making sure that your budget is staying on track. Making sure that the work that is expected is actually being done. Okay, that conquering your own fucking beast. Making sure you're up on time. Making sure you're using your free time not just for your self-care, but to also help with your self-motivation. Okay, some of you need to meditate. Some of you need to look into forms of confidence building. Maybe some of you need to like take jiu-jitsu classes, or some of you need to do some sort of hike. There's some sort of reason why you need to prove it to yourself that you're still capable and able. Whatever that is, you need to do that. Okay. Also, Rados here. So some of you might be going on a trip or a journey. Some of you might be having to go somewhere very quickly. For some of you, this is just going to be an on-the-spot inspiration. Make sure that you're making rational choices, okay? For some of you, you might even be rationing out certain things, like rationing things that you use just to try to keep the budget on point. So like, if you know that it's only you eating dinner, then make a smaller amount so that you're not hoarding leftovers or wasting food. For some of you, this could be even as much as making like a compost pile so that there is no fucking waste anymore. Like minimizing your carbon footprint could be on somebody's to-do list here at this point. That's a random left field one. I don't think that applies to most people, but I'm just saying like there's a rhyme and a reason why you feel like it's time to tighten the belt on a lot of things and to make things more secure. And that's because you're exhausted. You're exhausted and you're financially depleted. You are in fucking survival mode and you're trying to scratch your way out of the fucking hole, but you're gonna fucking need help. You're going to need help. But the biggest help you can be is a help to yourself by sticking to your plan. Have a good plan, stick to the plan. Make sure that you're doing the things you need to do to keep yourself, your spirit, your energy, your vibration where it needs to be to accomplish things. Okay. That was a little bit harsh. I'm sorry, Cancer. I love you all. I love y'all. Okay. Whew. All right. We are going to move on to Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. What's going on for the Leo collective? Leo, Leo. What's going on for Leo during the first quarter moon in Taurus? What's going on? Ooh, wee. It did a cartwheel. Some of you might be wanting to do a cartwheel. Queen of Pentacles here. Beautiful. Okay. For some of you guys, the conclusions that are coming, it's almost going to be like a giant, a lift, a burden is released somehow. Like surrendering to your nurturing energy is going to be key here. Knowing that there's always space to grow, to nurture, to supply that motherly, feminine, beautiful energy. Some of you might be hosted or hosting other people. For some of you, this could be isolating and doing a lot of self-care as well. For some of you, this is really just finally having the space, the time, and the ability to take care of you. I'm not sure how that opportunity comes. Some of you might be getting a new financial opportunity. It is a Queen of Pentacles, so that could be an offer that allows space for growth. So maybe it's like an offer that comes in and like, no, it's not an emperor. You're not going to be the CEO of the company, but perhaps it's an offer that also comes with the option to move up or grow or get raises or even pick up overtime or something to that extent. Like it's some sort of growing opportunity here. And I do think it's going to be presented to you, and it may be presented to you by a woman who is older or more mature or has a higher placement than you do. Okay. Advice for Leo. Advice for Leo. Plums, mums. Plums and mums. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Spirit. Plums and mums. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, that's quick. You guys just are throwing stuff at me. Okay, we got Jupiter, the planet of expansion and prosperity. Beautiful. Occult backwards. Okay, some of you, for some of you, there could be some sort of action that's being taken against you through occult matters. So that could be somebody using divination against you through crystal magic, spell casting, runes, moon magic. Your Chiron may be challenged at this point. Some of you might be coming to that pivotal point where you learn kind of what your Chiron is. Like some of you might actually be finding out what is your true path, what is your true highest good, where your spiritual path is supposed to lead you. Some of you might need to look into your life path number. Yeah. There's also a war card here, okay? So there's going to be some sort of conflicting energy, okay? I don't know whether that's your own war or that's somebody trying to create chaos, and that's what you're finding peace from by absorbing in that self energy instead of worrying about everybody else. You've done your time nurturing and you're more worried about yourself. Is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. For some of you, there may be furious, vengeful, chaotic, destructive, conflicting energies. For some of you, it may be just a source of suffrage. Now, that could be from somebody doing spell casting. A lot of us are not aware of that. I will inform you. Any words that you use is spell casting. That's why it's called spelling, okay? Words have power. So be careful what you're saying to people and how you're saying it. If your vibes don't match, your vibes don't match. But if you walk around people and you've been around somewhere where you feel defeated, dark, manipulated, insecure, anxious, okay, pay attention to those energies, because that might be where those energies are coming from. I feel like a lot of you need to put all guys on your person. Like, you need to put all guys on your person. I'm going to. Okay, so it looks like this. Looks like that. Almost like an upside down chicken foot, okay? That is the rune to ward off evil and to protect you from negativity, from any sort of dangerous or dark matter. Some of you, okay, fuck that. All of you. I recommend all of you definitely either put it on your person, write it on paper, keep it on your person. Some of you, why do I keep saying some of you? Some of you, some of you. I feel like you're trying to deflect the energy off of the direct source. Like, you may even know what the source is, and for whatever reason, you're not able to call it out, or you don't need to call it out. Like, you're aware of where that negativity is coming from. Yeah. Black onyx, jade would be good to wear at this time. Again, for the self-protection. Consuming anything that has, like, oregano, thyme, cinnamon even, black pepper, currant. Those are all good things that you could be consuming around this time just to try to help with curbing that energy. Some of you, with the power of this moon, maybe you need to take some guidance and look into your birth chart, find out where your Venus is at and your Chiron, and figure out how they can conjunct, cross, manipulate each other somehow or another. It could be that somebody else knows that. That's rare to give somebody else your birth chart. The all-seeing eye. Some of you could be being watched or monitored is kind of what I'm getting. Like, there's some sort of like micromanaging energy. Whether that's a boss dipping into your stuff and nitpicking, or that could be like someone that you live with, kind of making attempts to like grasping at straws for control in some way, shape, or form. There is expansion here, though. I'm not sure why. Like, you're expanding somehow here with that Queen of Pentacles. So some of you might be getting an unexpected source of income. Some of you may be receiving some sort of stability that you didn't know that you had. Some of you, it could be having the ability to nurture self or others. Like, perhaps a role pops up that has more to do with your stabilizing maternal instincts of some sort. I'm really feeling job energy. Like, job has a lot to do with this. Like, there could be very conflictual things going on in or around work. Some of you, your Chiron, it just keeps drawing me to the Chiron symbol on the occult card. I don't necessarily feel like this is someone using black magic against you. I feel like there's something dark around your Chiron where it's placed. Almost like something is challenging it. Can I get one more for Leo? What is the Jupiter? Oh, what did I say? Oh, guys. We also get AWAS. Okay, some of you, horse transport, Lord, let's see, in harmony. there's going to be a change to shield or protect you. Something is getting cut out or cut off. Some of you might be like putting somebody on red, like not answering their calls because of the energy that they give, or because of their warlike statistical energies, vibration that they're bringing towards you. Like you're not at war. You're stable and comfortable in whatever choice you have made, and you're not willing to go to war for somebody else's satisfaction. Do what you're comfortable doing and not a motherfucking thing more. That is your advice. Okay. Leo, that was deep. All right, let's go ahead and jump to Virgo. What is going on for Virgos? What's going on for Virgos during the first quarter moon in Taurus? What's going on for Virgo? Ace of Pentacles. Hey, hey now. Hey, hey now. Hey, hey. New opportunity. Reach out and grab it. You got to walk through the fucking gate. So for some of you, you have to walk out the door to accept something wonderful. Okay? The universe is putting something on a platter and trying to give it fucking to you. And it creates stability of some sort with the pentacle here. It could be the option of a whole complete new house, or a new job, or some sort of relocation even, or like moving. Distance. White flowers could be significant to somebody. Like a garden path. Perhaps you have to, oh, I just heard grow the hedge. Hedge fund, somebody's hedge fund is growing. Maybe there's some sort of unexpected abundance. Mars, action and energy, definitely. The masculine, and then your challenge is the water, okay? So being sure that you're taking action and energy, but that it's coming from a good place. Making sure that your emotions are checked, that your intentions are pure, that you're coming from a tranquil, relaxed, clean, free of emotional debris fucking area. Vibration, energy. It needs to be clean, clear, untainted is kind of what I'm hearing. Do not climb mountains for people who will not jump puddles for you. Solid fucking advice. Peace begins with a smile. Someone may be smiling at you guys. Ooh, and then the stop card. Yeah, be careful that you're not flirting too much, okay? Because that Mars energy, that's really egotistical. Some of you really need to be careful that you're not flirting with the wrong fucking people. Just saying. Teensy bit of advice. Don't climb mountains for people who won't jump puddles for you. Some of you could be dealing with a silver-tongued snake. Somebody you might be dealing with a manipulator who talks a good game but don't do shit about it. Like, if there's incompletion anywhere, then it's time to move on from that. That's your conclusion energy, to move on from the shit that is not working and not serving you, and move forward. Surrender yourself to the divine, that it will send you what you need. If you put the intention and the manifestation out there, as in you're actually moving forward from negative and bullshit and things that do not fulfill you, things that do not take action, do not give you the energy that you are equivalent to, people who are not pure, people who do not come of free will, people who are not connected with you, don't vibe. If your vibes ain't matching, whatever, take it however it resonates. If shit ain't fucking popping, if shit ain't working, if shit ain't peaceful, happy, pure, move on from that shit. For some of you, y'all got something coming in here that's smiling at you. Don't fall for the trick, man. Take the opportunity. Take whatever it is that provides the stability. Okay? Something that helps your finances. Something that provides you with a long-term solution. Something that has proven to have continual growth and prosperity. Those are what you're looking for. Try to stay out of your ego. Okay? Okay. Moving on. We are going to go ahead and go to Libra. Okay. Libra, what is shaking? What is going on for Libra? Libra. Ooh, okay. Four Swords reverse. So I'm a little more than that. Some of you might have been sick. Some of you might have had to call off work during this time. Some of you may have had a family member pass away. I don't feel like that's a big energy. I mean, it could be some of you, but for most of you, I feel like this is a sickness that you're finally starting to overcome here. And then we also pulled the Sun card, okay? So getting back to that energetic, joyful, blissful place, okay? That source of knowing that you're going to be there long term and it's going to be happy for a very long fucking time. Okay, good. That's beautiful. For some of you, the number 4 could have been significant, like maybe on the 4th, or I'm sorry, the number 6. No, I'm wrong. It's 4. It's a 4. I'm sorry. It's getting late, guys. Sorry. Okay, the number 4 could be really significant for a lot of you. 19 could also be significant, which breaks down to an 8, which also is resorted to the Strength card. So some of you might be dealing with a Leo here. A lot of you could, this could have to do with your children too. Like a lot of you, maybe you had kids that were sick as of recent. Perhaps they're finally getting over something or recovering from something here. Yeah. There was some sort of weight, a challenge. There's going to be unity that comes forth. And it comes from kind words yield kind thoughts. So definitely for some of you, there's going to be some kind messages given to you or something positive that happens to you during this time frame of you finally getting your energy back and coming back out front, out forth with what's going on. Credit card fell opposite on the floor as well. So some of you might be experiencing some bad credit, or somebody's card might be getting declined. Could be your card, could be somebody else's card. There's some sort of initiation here. It is an initiation to manifestation. So what you think about is what you think about, what you talk about, what you manifest is what will come to you. Okay, what you think about, what you talk about is what you bring about. So a lot of you really need to start making sure that you're doing better self-talk, making sure that you're taking care of yourself. Your self-care needs to be prioritized, especially if you're just recuperating from being sick. There's some sort of kind words. I do feel like it comes as a message. It could be like a text message. It could be an email. It could be like a card on flowers. There's some sort of very kind message. But it's almost like that accreditation of it is poor. Like maybe someone that you really didn't think cared about you sent you flowers. It was genuine. It was genuine. You may have looked at it as if it was not. It was genuine. They are making an initiative to try to unify with you in some way, shape, or form. Take it how it resonates. All right. Moving on to Scorpio. Cool. Scorpio. All right. What's going on for Scorpio? What's going... Ooh. Scorpio. I feel like something surprised you. Yep. 8 of Swords. Okay. Some of you might be feeling stuck, trapped, extremely anxious about things. Some of you might be feeling as if you've been victimized of some sort, put where you didn't want to be. So maybe some of you like took a demotion at work, or some of you maybe you were forced out of one like home base and into another that wasn't as comfortable. Maybe for some of you this was like being relocated for work, or maybe just sent off for work. Like maybe it's like a trade job. Maybe you got sent somewhere where you didn't want to fucking go. Something about muck. Muck. Yucky muck. Could be just emotionally yucky muck. Like, it could be just somebody just saying a whole lot of things to you that you really just don't need or want to fucking hear. It's okay to walk away from conversations that you no longer wish to have. It is okay to take your power back and remove your energy and your vibration from the situation. We'll see what we pull for advice here, but that's my personal advice for you, Scorpio. Yeah, stop. Stop sign. Y'all need to stop. You need to stop. Okay? There are steps that need to be had. There is a situation that you feel stuck in, and there are steps that you need to take in order to unfuck yourself. Okay? For example, if you are kidnapped by someone and you are strapped to a sword, there is a certain amount of things that are possible for you to do. You may not like the option, but those are the options that you have to escape and get out of the situation. You need to look into those options and figure out which one prioritizes you to your highest good. And those are the steps that you need to take. For some people, that would be cutting yourself free and running blindly through the muck. For some of you, that would be cutting off your restraints, taking off the blindfold, and then evaluating which direction you want to go. Do you want to run through the fucking muck? Or do you want to run towards the village where there could be help? Do you want to scream your entire way there? Or do you want to just silently run away? Like, you're tracking. You know what I'm saying. You need to stop, evaluate, and do what you feel is best to get you out of a shitty situation. Only you know what is best for you. Okay. Saggy. What is going on for Sagittarius? What is going on for Sagittarius? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Queen of Wands. Yippee, 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 yay. Five of Swords and the Fool reversed. Okay, some of you are definitely secure as shit right now. You are not taking no gambles, no types of leaps of faith, because you don't have to. You've done fought the battle. Everyone else who could have been competition has walked away at this point, and that is because you have entered into your Queen of Wands energy. Masculine and feminine does not fucking matter. Let's just be clear here. The Queen of Wands is this... It's that energy of someone... Like when you walk into a room and you instantly know everything is going to be okay. Because that person is walking, talking stability. This person can provide safety. They can provide nurture. They can provide growth. They can provide protection. They can provide passion. This person is able to not just help you momentarily, this person is able to help you long term. That is the energy that you have stepped into, that you have empowered yourself to be. With that comes the Five of Swords, which means standing up for yourself, standing up for others, doing the right thing, making sure that what you're passionate about is what you're actually creating. You're creating your highest good because that is the path that you have been led to go. You are fully fulfilling your destiny, and you're not taking no fucking leaps of faith or no gambles. You're not letting no fool come in and snatch no fucking shit away from you. For a lot of you, I feel like this is someone else trying to come at you who is in a very immature and very unstable place. I feel like you've already won the fight against this person, but for some of you, they may be reoccurring or coming back around. Can we get some advice? Advice for Saggy? Forgiveness sets you free, Leo. July 23rd through August 22nd could be a significant time frame for some of you. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo, or you may have Leo highly aspected in your chart. Forgiveness sets you free, okay? So if someone has wronged you, forgive them. Now let me be clear. Forgiveness does not mean you have to forgive. I'm sorry, doesn't mean you have to forget. Sorry, bleh. You can forgive without forgetting how that person has crossed you. Just because you have forgiven someone does not mean they still get a seat at your table. It does not mean that they still get to be within your energetic or karmic field. It's like that. I feel I'm seeing the meme in my head, like, and I can't read it, but it's something to the equivalent of like, just because you don't sit at my table doesn't mean I don't want you to eat. Like, this is very much that energy of you're willing to help someone, like you're willing to help them up, but you're not willing or trusting enough of them to allow them any type of power over you or any situation that revolves around you. This is very much so keep it at a safe distance energy. Like Nine of Wands kind of, where you're like, okay, you know what? I might have been an idiot and fell for your shit before. Not going to happen again. We've already had this argument. I'm no longer talking about it. It's very much so that energy. Some of you also, a cult is here, okay? That could mean crystal magic. That could mean spell casting. It could be somebody divinating against you. It could be somebody just flatly watching and observing you. I feel like this person is trying to almost hypnotize the energies. Like they're trying to make something seem better than what it is. Like they're putting on this big show to make things appear to be new and shiny and like they've been changed for a long time. It's like this what do you call it? This it's not, oh my gosh. It's like this veil. It's like this veil over this person's grasp on reality. Once you start actually digging into facts, you start actually vocalizing things, you're going to find out why it's not worth the risk. Whether this is a person, an investment, a business choice, a friend, a family member, a child even, whoever this is that's coming at you wanting the help, you're going to very quickly realize that once you start putting the word out or asking questions, you're going to find out exactly why it is this person is in such dire need of fucking help. Or why this person wants to invest in things around you, why they want you to take the leap with them. You will very quickly find out why. Forgiveness sets you free. Forgive them. But you don't have to jump, baby. You do not. Okay. Moving on to Capricorn. What's going on for Cappy? What's going on for the Capricorn Collective? What's going on for Cappies? Five of Swords. Okay, what else? Some of you might be fighting a lot. Some of you might be trying to force someone else to walk away from an argument because you feel that you are absolutely in the right and they are wrong. Some of them may be crying after they walk away from you just because they're aware that the situation, that they know that you're right, but they don't want to admit it. Like, you guys went to war over an issue here. There was some sort of change that needed to be had, and this person is just struggling with the change or struggling with keeping up the good fight. The High Priestess reverse, okay? So, for some of you, if this is about a legal matter or if this is about some sort of moral, it could be backwards, or this could be a secret coming out for some of you. Perhaps this is like something that somebody kept like underarm for quite some time. Like this is very underhanded shit that they're kind of dragging out, and then they're kind of putting it back under because they realize that they're still wrong. Like it's almost like they don't know how. Somebody could be extremely religious. For some of you, you may find growth in religion. I get this big energy of like there's so much more detail in the feminine aspect of it, like the nurturing, motherly, maternal part of it than there is in the paternal part of it. Okay, so like the paternal part, the masculine energy is very much this way, and the feminine energy is like like, yes, you both get to the same conclusion. It just took someone else a whole lot fucking longer to get there. It's like you had to fucking pull tooth, nail, and fight blood, sweat, and tears just to get the conclusion that was needed. And even then, I'm still not buying that this other entity is truly on board with shit being equal, or they're not really seeking the reciprocity. I don't feel like the solution is met. I feel like they're done fighting about it. Like they realize that they're wrong, but they're not willing to really give out or sacrifice what it is to make it equivalent. Yeah, Jupiter expansion and prosperity is here. All right. Some of you need to pay attention where the Jupiter is at in your birth charts. For some of you, you need to focus more on your prosperity and the expansion of things that you're capable of doing right now. A lot of you need to stay positive and realize that anything is possible. And what is possible right now is the change and the transition of things. Those of you who are wanting to control things and push them forward faster, do not do that. For those of you who are wanting to separate from the issue, I would not recommend that. I don't think things are going to be solved if there's not some sort of direct power to make sure that that transition takes place. The more things are forbidden, the more popular they become. And it's reversed, okay? So, in this sense, I would say that either one or both parties here were definitely doing things that should not have been being done, and someone is really struggling to let go of some sort of taboo. I'm really shocked the devil's not out here. Death is, though. Some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo, a Pisces. There is a transition that needs to take place, and you need to try to stay positive through it. It's going to seem like the impossible fucking feat, because this person is going to drag their feet. They're going to fight tooth and nail to not make this happen, or to give some sort of excuse or reason why it has to be the way they want it to be. But at the end of the day, they know that you're right. They know that you're right. I don't know why I feel so aggressive. Cappy, I feel like you're literally having to like defend your point. Saying it louder doesn't make it any more clear. So make sure you're watching your tones with people, especially if you're dealing with somebody who is a water sign or somebody who's very highly emotional. Your tone could have a lot to do with how you're saying things, or like maybe it's not so much what you're saying, but it's how you're saying it. For example, if somebody's like, "Good morning," and you're like, "Morning." Like, you're not wishing them any bad will. You're not, that's just your general greeting at that time of day, because that's how you feel in the morning. You're not a fucking morning person, whatever. Whatever the rhyme or reason is to how you're presenting it, this person is not understanding, and they're misinterpreting it. They're misunderstanding the language. And some of you do need to check your body language and your tones with people to make sure that that positivity stays, okay? I'm not saying you gotta cage and bottle it all up, because believe me, I'm an Aries. I fucking get it. You can't always be fucking nice. But when you're dealing with highly emotional people, and when these people are scared of change or not receptive of a transition that's happening, sometimes it's really hard to read between the lines and understand where someone's coming from emotionally, especially if you're standing in your ego, okay? So make sure that you are really standing your ground, but from a high vibration. Okay. All right, we are going to move to Aquarius. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting over bronchitis. I'm trying. My voice feels like it's getting kind of shaky, getting ready to go out. So, but we only got 2 more, so let's get it. Let's get it. Aquarius. What's going on for Aquarius? Oh, okay. Some of you are training, competing, or getting into some sort of competition of some sort here. Queen of Cups. Okay. Oh, boy. I want to pull the advice before I say anything. Some of you are competing and challenging against someone who is very emotionally intelligent, but somebody who is also very emotionally unstable. Aquarius. Yep. Okay. For those, excuse me. Ooh, goodness. Send it back. Okay. For those of you who are stepping into new arenas and you'll have less experience in this arena, take the time to train to be able to compete. For a lot of you, you can't just jump in the ring and be a mastered fighter, okay? You have to train. You can't start a new job without training. You don't get to fly a rocket if you're not a rocket pilot. You have to follow the sequential steps in order to reach your goal. A lot of you have been struggling with lining up your mind, your body, and your soul because you feel this very large, passionate energy of just jump at it. Get it done, okay? You need to make sure that your knot is there, okay? Like, if you are going to rappel off of a ridge and over a cliff, you need to make sure that your knot is secure. You need to make sure that there is unity and there is equality in the entire situation. Making sure that the rope is able to hold your weight. Making sure that it's tied to something that is secure enough to hold your weight and the velocity that you're moving at. Making sure that your equipment is sufficient. Making sure that you have a plan B or some sort of cautionary plan in case of injury or mishap, okay? Don't just willy-nilly jump into things and expect to make good on them, okay? Also, for just a side note for some of you, your canals is blocked, okay? Your true vision of what is going on is blocked. Some of you could be like blinded by the beauty of something or blinded by the fulfillment that could potentially come from something. The emotional aspect of this is just alluring to you, but your vision is blinded, okay? There is a veil. There is an opening for this to work. But if you are not secure when that opening appears, you will not succeed. A lot of you at this time could be extremely distracted, really up in your emotions. Some of you may even be kind of borderline hermiting, kind of just avoiding everyone else's energy, just really kind of mucking in your own emotions at this point. Make sure that you're not just looking at things from the perspective that you have now, making sure that you are making a plan, making sure that you have the security that you need, making sure that the people you surround yourself with do help you, whether that's them training you to do something or them partnering up with you to open a business or even just being emotionally supportive to you or nurturing, even being around those type of energies, not emotionally absorbing yourself and sulking. Like sulking, that's the word I'm looking for. No sulking, because there's a very big flex for that energy here. And it's like that border between sulking about shit and putting the effort forth but not letting anything else distract you. It's like putting that energy in, but there's going to be stuff that kind of steps in your way at this point, where that conclusion, that making your way to the end of that training is going to be fucking rough, because there's going to be shit that steps in your way, specifically feminine shit, emotional things, loss, emotional losses. Some of you might be experiencing some sort of traumatic event with your children. Some of you, it just may be the distraction of wanting to just be by yourself. Like, I just want to go sit on a beach and drink a fucking Mai Tai and fuck the world. Like, that's very much the energy that you're in, and you have to be careful how much you allow yourself to soak in that energy. You need to raise that vibration and bring it back up so that your creativity can flow better, so that you can train better, so that you can process what is happening and use it. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. Last but not least, let's get some Pisces. Spirit, what is going on for this first quarter moon in Taurus for Pisces? What is going on for Pisces? Some of you really might need to meditate. Oh, okay. Four of Pentacles and the Emperor. Holy fuck, Pisces. Okay. Some of you may be moving, relocating, switching jobs, switching a position at work. Perhaps this is a situation where, like, you moved to a new job because you had to move, but it doesn't make as much money. Or maybe some of you are being forced to move to get a job that makes better money. Take that however it resonates. But there's some sort of, like, really wanting to stand on your own 2 feet financially. Like, you're fully capable and able to be stable, save the money, and pay the bills, and equivalate to things. And at the end of this situation, you're going to end up in the Emperor position. So that's good. This is very good. So, like, if you're offered the opportunity to leave, move, relocate, change positions, take it. Take it. The Emperor is the King of Kings. That is definitely, like, the highest position that you'd want to put yourself in. The Empress and the Emperor. Abso-fucking-lutely. This is a position of power, a seat of stability, a seat of trust, of love, of care, of prosperity. All of the above comes with this opportunity. As long as you can get past that fear of change. Absolutely. For some of you, the number 4 could be significant at this time. Woo! Woo! Very significant at this time. It's the 4 of Pentacles and the Emperor, which is number 4 in the major arcana. 4 could be very significant. Jupiter, expansion and prosperity. Good shit. Pay attention to where your Jupiter's at in your chart. Perhaps for some of you, that is a signal to you as to what is going to prosper here. Making sure that you're being humble. Okay, some of you might be dealing with a Leo, or for some of you it may have happened during Leo season, or it could be happening during Leo season. July 23rd through August 22nd is that time frame. But the message is kind of what's resounding, is just that be humble aspect to it. For some of you, there's some sort of exchange happening. Be careful about any contracts that you're signing. Be careful about your budget. Make sure you're not giving up too much. But for some of you, it could even be someone making an offer to you of a gift and you're not accepting it. And perhaps that is because of the fine print, or because it's going to cost too much money. Just be very careful that you're making wise choices, and make sure that if you're signing anything that has to do with legalities, make sure that you really and fully are understanding what that means. Some of you might be dealing with somebody named Crystal. Some of you might be needing to do your crystal magic, or just wear or hold your crystals, especially if you have a ruby, an amethyst, a sapphire, or selenite. Some of you might be dealing with somebody named Ruby, Amethyst, Sapphire, or Selene. That jade is going to be really important to you guys. That protective energy. Some of you really need to have jade on your person. Or if you're, like, manifesting, hold the jade. Fuck it, hold the jade and the amethyst, okay? Let it provide clarity and protect you at the same time so that you're getting those ancestral messages, downloads that you need. Some of you might be having some things come up to you within your dreams. Some of you may just be in that energy of, like, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Like, these, there are changes, there are shifts, there are demands that are being made, there are things that you're being required to exchange or sacrifice in order to get what you want. And for some of you, it's going to feel very burdening or very uncomfortable. So just please make sure that you're coming from a humble place when you're speaking about your expansion or your prosperity. Because you never know someone else's situation. They may not be in even as stable a situation as yourself. Be humble. All right, those are the messages that I have for you, collective. If they resonate, please do hit the like, share, subscribe. Excuse me. Feel free to comment if you'd like a personal read. My information is in the description box below the video. Shoot me an email. We'll get you set up. Again, one more time, just on that Venus energy for everybody. Venus is the planet of love and pleasure, okay? And that is what is, what is the word I'm looking for here? It is the planetary alignment for Taurus, okay? It's like the representative planet. And the representative day is Friday for Venus, which is when this all comes into play here. And it's under Taurus. Some of you might be feeling that very bullheaded or very grounded energies. Like you're either going to feel one way or the other. Either you're going to feel very secure, grounded, and able to make good and happy choices, or you're going to be on that bullheaded side where you let your ego and your pride get the best of you. Finding that happy medium between them is going to be key. But also keeping in mind your self-worth during this time. Karma is going to come out to play. Make sure that you know what you're worth and that you are getting what you paid for. Okay. All right. I love y'all. Thank you so much for everybody that stuck around. I appreciate and love every one of you. And lots of love and light.